A lot of people will not spend money building a company. They will not invest the money into marketing. They will not invest the money into personnel.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Hey.
So, for those of you that don't know, Carlos came to the US illegally as a little boy. He was also raised by a single mom. His mom worked 2 jobs, both paying $8.25 an hour to raise 3 kids. He later became a US citizen thanks to his mother's effort. He then decided to quit a 14-year corporate job in 2015 to pursue the dream of building his own real estate investment company. With the help of his partner, Sal Shakir, the company has scaled quickly to be a real estate powerhouse. Welcome, Carlos.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Excited. Alek, Robert, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Really appreciate you too.
Welcome to CEO Sphere. 2 minutes, 1 question. And Carlos, as an immigrant myself, this question is super important both to me and to my audience. And I'm really interested to hear your answer on this one. So the one question that we kind of picked up is, what was the one factor which built your skin so tough to become from a Mexican immigrant to one of the most successful real estate moguls in America?
I'm going to say adversity, right? I'm going to say adversity just to get more into depth of what specific part of that adversity, right? My tolerance for risk. That's it. My tolerance for risk. So a lot of folks like myself, we grew up with limited beliefs. And one of those limited beliefs is the money game, how we actually manage money, how we spend money, how we invest money, right? Those are one of the limited beliefs that we grew up with. So I believe that my adversity, going through everything that I had to go through, allowed me to build a very high tolerance for risk. Therefore, that allowed me to leverage money the correct way very early in my entrepreneur journey. A lot of people will not spend money building a company. They will not invest the money into marketing. They will not invest the money into personnel. They will not invest the money into systems and resources. They won't, because they feel like, hey, I just made a little bit of money, right? And they hoard it and they hold on to it. They're like, the last thing I'm going to do is put it back in circulation, because that is considered somewhat of a risk, even though it could be a calculated risk. That's why a lot of people don't grow as soon and as fast as they should, because they lack tolerance for risk.
Fear. Oof, that was powerful. So adversity and tolerance on risk. This really strikes me, man. Thank you very much. That was the whole question, the whole answer, the whole 2 minutes. But just on a personal level, this really strikes me because I come from a little town as you, and I heard your story. I heard how you live, and I know everything that you've achieved. Yeah. So it really has inspired me, and I hope that it's going to inspire for all the people that we're going to share this with. And I'm so sure, because you spit facts of power, man. And this really, I feel it right here, man, because I'm living it.
Thank you. Living it. I speak from experience, brother. I don't speak from, a book that I read. I don't speak from, something I heard. I speak from experience of my life experiences. And that's why for me, it's very simple to clarify and articulate the message that I'm trying to deliver to all active entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, because, I've been where everybody has been. I've been, if you're at your lowest point of your life, I've been there. If you're at a very high point of your life, I may be there now. I don't know, right? No one ever truly ever arrives. We're constantly evolving and growing. But the fact of the matter is, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. And that's why I'm able to resonate with a lot of people out there.
You've lived it. And you've achieved it, and you've gone through it. And I call that resilience too. If there is one thing that I think you have a lot, is resilience.
Thank you.
I see you as someone very, very tough. Your whole story, everything, and resilience also from your mother.
I believe that's where I got a lot of my resilience from, is through the living demonstration of her personal power, her courage, her perseverance, her tolerance for risk, her never give up, mindset mentality. I got a lot of my entrepreneur programming from her for sure, just through demonstration.
Thank you very much once again. So everyone,
thank you guys.
Carlos Reyes, please follow Carlos Reyes on Instagram. We'll make sure to leave your link everywhere. It's going to be visible.
I appreciate you two gentlemen. And man, you have the whole world ahead of you. You have it at your footsteps, and it's just a matter of you, right? That's it. It's you. It's your decision. And I appreciate connecting with you guys today. Thank you.
I appreciate connecting with you too, Carlos. And again, very, very grateful for you.
God bless you guys.
God bless you too, man.
Thank you.
That was incredible. So, Alek, initial thoughts. What did you take away from that?
So, I must say, I'm a bit emotional, okay? So, I'm an immigrant myself. I've changed countries my whole life. I came to Spain. I grew up in Bulgaria, and things there are not easy. If you are being just a little bit successful, people will try to harm you. They'll try to harm your business. That was one of the circumstances why we kind of needed to escape from there. And I was the first person of my family after my aunt to go alone without my parents, without anything at the age of 10. And I know how tough it is, man, to find yourself in another country, not speaking the language, not having any support at all, and having to hustle from beginning to end. And you literally go from wherever you are to even a lower, below the surface level. So when Carlos says all these things, when you see how successful he's become, it really strikes me, because that is somewhere that I'm definitely learning. That is somewhere that I want to be. I see his balance in life. I see everything that he's achieved. And it's so inspiring. And to hear it from someone whom I really identify with, I'm super grateful for this opportunity, and I'm super emotional for it.
So I would love to kind of know from your perspective as well. So obviously we've heard kind of Carlos Reyes' take in all of this, and how, he overcame all of the challenges set in front of him. But what about you, Alek? What do you feel was the turning point in all of the challenges that you faced? What did you have to do to overcome being an immigrant and basically completely new to your surroundings? What was your journey like? What did you do to overcome all of the challenges?
So for me, the main thing was connecting with a whole different culture, connecting with a whole different people without speaking the language, without knowing any of this. Going to school and not being able to communicate obviously led to me not having many friends at the beginning. Many people were, obviously picking the side of, I always say I've been forever an underdog, in everything that I do, because I've never been able to stick for long, right? So whenever I do it, I obviously, I stayed in Spain for about 10 years, then I went to study in the UK. Then I came back again, and I'm constantly moving, and I'm never settling. That is one of the reasons why I'm also grateful that I'm able to connect with you virtually, with Carlos, with so many other great entrepreneurs, because to me, I've never been able to stick. So I've never had the typical pack of friends that will back you up, because I was never around. I've never been. I was never fitting in the culture. And whenever I did, it was just for a bit. And it was always hurting, man. It's always hurting, okay? Because you need to go back, and you have your country, but then you have this country and you have this one, and you're never around for too long to develop relationships. And that's painful. And that's something that I needed to go through, that I'm consistently going through, and that I needed to sacrifice in my life in order to also build my resilience and my grit.
I love that, Alek. And, to almost sum up what you've said, obviously I appreciate the pain. I really do. Like, it cannot be easy having to literally switch your location on a regular basis and losing those comforts, that security of being somewhere and knowing that you're forever okay by being there. Having that taken away from you on a regular basis kind of strips away that security. But
Indeed.
On the flip side of that, there is something that's very, very beautiful that comes from never having security, and that is strength and resilience. And one of the things I've noticed through all of the people that have been through the most challenging times is that there is a common theme. They are all incredibly successful. I think that you have to go through some shit to be able to deal with it. And you come out of this so powerful.
Yeah, pain builds us. Pain builds us, but also experience builds us. That's one of the things that Carlos mentioned that for me, it stuck me out. When he speaks about those things, you can see that he understands you. And for this, he's someone that I definitely look up to. He's someone that I really admire in what he does. And I really genuinely believe that, hey, if you don't know who Carlos Reyes is, if you don't know what he's about, you should go check him out on his Instagram, Carlos Reyes. You cannot miss him. And you're going to learn what resilience, strength, and experience is. The guy has 25 businesses. He's successful in every single sphere of his life. And he's so spiritually connected. The humility that he has, the down-to-earthness, it just speaks a lot about who Carlos is. So it really is a pleasure having him in CEO sphere and connecting with someone who, I'm just grateful for him. I really am. I really am.
Yeah, I can absolutely see it from your body, your body language right now. It's coming off as a very kind of, how to say, it's hit you personally. I can definitely sense that. I actually wanted to talk more on what he mentioned about, he talks from experience. And this I feel is so powerful, because this is something that I've adopted through, literally my year of learning through everything that I've done on social media. I stopped taking from books because I feel like you take from a book, but why haven't you applied it? Why haven't you applied the learnings of that book? Why haven't you lived it? Because you could immerse yourself in book after book after book, but all of that knowledge is going to waste if you don't apply it, because you never have any experience through the things that you don't do.
The fear, what he spoke, the adversity and tolerance to risk. That is something that I'm taking away. That is something that I needed. And that is something that I feel like every entrepreneur needs. Guys, all the books are all the small investments. They only build you if you take action. And if I'm honest, having someone as Carlos telling you all this straight to your face, that sometimes is more powerful than a book. Carlos Reyes standing up and telling you, the adversity built me, the tolerance to risk. That is something that strikes you. That is something that now I'm going away and I'm implementing. And that is something that you don't find in the books, Robbie. You don't find that, because we read the books from the comfort of our home. And what do? We forget about everything. Why do we forget? Because we don't have Carlos to tell us all that. We don't have the face. We don't have someone that we can look up to and say, he's done it. He's telling us, I should do it. That is why people feel inspired. People feel inspired when someone goes and tells them, that is what you should do. And that's when they take action. And investments in yourself, in your brand, in your company are always going to build you. They're never going to take away. They're always going to build you.
1,000,000%. And something as well, just a recurring theme that I'm noticing is that if you don't take risks, then you'll never be secure, ever. Because if you don't want to invest in yourself, if you don't want to take that leap, then you're forever stuck being in the same place as you've always been. And that's something that I really learned from Carlos has spoken today, is that you can hold on, you can hold on to your money. You can hold on to your knowledge. You can choose to not share it. You can choose to not invest it back into the people. You can choose to not invest your money in something new that could maybe become something huge. Maybe. You don't know that. But it could be so much more, rather than just grabbing it all, keeping it all to yourself and doing nothing with it. Security is a risk.
I have no other words. I feel like security is risk. Yes, security is very, very risky, and staying very safe is almost never safe. Once again, thanks to Carlos Reyes. If you don't know Carlos Reyes, you must know who
You do now.
Go follow him on his Instagram. Go give him some love from CEO Sphere. Go say, hey, we watched you here. We loved you. We loved what you said. And leave him some lovely comments. Leave him some lovely DMs. Just go show him some love. Because I think he showed you some love. And thank you for watching this. Thank you for being here in CEO Spirit. Robbie, thank you too. That was so powerful. So powerful.
Alek, thank you too. It has been a pleasure having you once again. And as always, everyone, see you later.